Hey, what's up, good, beautiful, blessed people of God? It's me again, Mr. Real Talk 405 OKC, coming back at you with another video. It's been quite some time since I came on here and done this from a mail truck, but I always feel led to do something. And if I had to call this video today, I would like to say this is lunchtime manna. God always feeds us manna from heaven. So this is lunchtime manna. Last couple of days, in particular yesterday at Bible study, I heard someone use the phrase, never judge a book by its cover. And I remember the folk of old, the older folk, the elders, they used to use that all the time. And as a kid, you don't understand it, but now that I'm an adult, I got a little bit better understanding of it. Never judge a book by its cover. And today, for my scripture reference, I want to use 1 Samuel 16. I think it was around verse 3, when God sent the man of God to Jesse's house to look for the next king of Israel. Jesse had a lot of sons. One of his oldest sons, I believe, is Caleb. When the man of God seen that, he just knew automatically that this was the next king of Israel, because of the way he looked, because of his stature. But God told the man, and I'm paraphrasing, you can go back and read it for yourself, but he told him, he said, I don't look upon man's outward. I don't look upon how they look on the outside. He said, I look at the intent of the heart. See, God sees what's on the inside of us. A lot of people, we only see surface. We see what's in front of us. We see a person's representative. And that's what the man of God seen. So the man of God went through the process, and God said, nope, he ain't it. He went through all of Jesse's sons. And then he said, you got any more sons? He said, well, it's only somebody left is David, but David, he ain't nobody. He ain't nothing to be. He said, go send for him, bring him in. And when David came, God said, anoint him. Now, it's amazing how God can see what's in us and people can't. But people prejudge us. You ever prejudge somebody only to come find out what you judged about them was wrong? What you thought they were, they wasn't? That's what I mean by it. Never judge a book by its cover. I remember when I was much bigger, going in. Matter of fact, I remember when I first started this job as a postman. There's a lot of places I used to go into, and I guess because of the gold in my mouth, a lot of people would look at me sideways. But it wasn't until I opened up my mouth and I showed respect, I spoke intelligently, it broke down their defenses to where they wanted to get to know me. But initially, they judged a book by its cover. We do that all the time. Matter of fact, that was one of the biggest problems that we have in this world, when we misjudge people. And God has given to all of us the spirit of discernment. We don't use it. We don't use it in dating. We don't use it when we question our children about if it's something they done or not. We just love them so much that we believe them. No, we cannot judge a book by its cover. Some of the world's most notorious serial killers, they didn't look like they were dangerous. They looked like they were very friendly people, but in essence, they were dangerous. But we prejudge so much. And I want to take you to another story. You guys remember the story of David and Goliath? Now, Jesse sent David to go check on all his brothers because they was down there fighting. And when David got to where they were, David noticed all the men were trembling with fear and just wasn't handling business. And David overheard a man talking about what would be given to the man that slayed Goliath. And David's older brother, the same one that they wanted to anoint as king, told him, well, basically quit inquiring about what was going on and where'd you come from and where them little sheep that you be watching. David's brother tried to minimize who he was by trying to insult him. And David paid that no attention. He paid that no mind. But it was David who slew Goliath. It was David who got the victory. It was David who got to marry Saul's daughter because of David stepping up. In these last days that we're living in, we have to be careful. The Bible says, be careful, for you may be entertaining angels. These people that's out here on the street corner begging for food, got signs and different things, be very careful, because you never know who you will be able to be a blessing to. I'm on my mill route, and I try to be a blessing as much as I can to these folks that are out here destitute, living life vicariously because of something catastrophic has happened in their life and it drove them out here to the wilderness. Things happen in our life that drives us out here to the wilderness. But guess what? We got doctors, we got lawyers, we got police officers, we got ex-judges, we got people who were prominent people who just made a mistake in life and it cost them something. So instead of them dealing with what the mistake they made, they ran out here to the wilderness. You got some constantly drink. You got some out here on drugs. I got a child out here on drugs. Sometimes I don't even recognize who she is. So it's not only that I'm helping out other people, but I would want somebody to do my daughter a solid, not judge her by the way she looked, because I know that ain't her. I know who she is at the core. But this is a battle that I can't stick my hands in. God has to show her who she is and the value. As I didn't show her as a young lady growing up, the value in who she were. We cannot judge book by their covers. That's even like reading, going to the Barnes and Noble, going to a whatever bookstore, and you hear about this great story. Sometimes people pick up a book and put it back down because they don't know what it looked like. And I even give you something better. That I give you another illustration to even further drive home my point. People give gifts all the time. Some people discredit the gift because the wrapping paper is wrapped in. But just because it's wrapped in wrapping paper that you don't deem valuable, you still didn't open it up to see what was inside. Think about that. Don't judge the outside. God said, I don't look at what's on the outside. I look at a man's heart. And you know how you can tell a man's heart? You know how you can tell a good person? Check out their actions. Check out what they do. Check out and see if they show up for people. They may not have everything all together, all right. And that's one of the biggest problems that we have in our churches. And we have to stop. The Bible compels people to come as they are. They may not have the clothes that we have. They may not have the freshness that we have. They may not even talk or have the intellect that we have. But when they come through that door, we better be careful not to judge a book by its cover. Because some people who are out here on these streets, some people who are wandering aimlessly, they know more of the word than some of us so-called bishops, apostles, prophets, bloggers, YouTubers, whatever. I hope this made sense to someone, because I got a acute revelation. I got a acute understanding of what I need to stop doing and what I need to start doing. And one of the things I'm going to stop doing is judging a book by its cover. I'm going to get in and I'm going to read that book. I'm going to read it till the end, because it may end up being a good read. It's the same way that reading a book, we need to start trying to read people. Have a conversation with them. Get to know them. Get to see what they needs are. Get to see what their backstory. That's the word, backstory. Find out what a person's backstory is. Oftentimes, you can tell a book is going to be good because of the backstory. Again, this is my time, Mr. Real Talk, 405 OKC. I pray I've said something that will spark your interest to make you want to go be Berean. 1 Samuel 16. Just go, I think it's around the 3rd chapter that started. Just go read the whole chapter. Read the whole chapter. of God sending the man of God, the prophet, to go find the next king of Israel, and how we can see that illustration of judging a book by its cover. And then we'll see the end results, that God gets the glory every time. Hey, pray for me as I pray for you. And until next time, God bless you guys. Peace out.